Probably this is one of the most frequently asked questions that we get here in the office. How long does it take to build a house in Barcelona? The answer is probably somewhere between 14 to 17 months. But let's break it down so you have a better understanding of what is involved. So stage one would be the initial design work, which probably takes somewhere about 4 to 6 weeks. This is the time when we develop the initial guidelines of the project, the major elements that will then be developed in detail at a further stage. But so let's imagine that probably once we come up with a concept, which is somewhere that takes us about 4 weeks to develop, we have a first work meeting here with our clients, and providing that most of the ideas and the concepts are basically what the client needs, then we need another couple of weeks to basically, round it up and have maybe small corrections and changes and incorporate some ideas that sometimes come in the process. So stage two, it basically takes about 4 weeks, and it consists basically in preparing all the documentation that is needed to submit an application to the planning authorities to obtain a license. So stage three is about 8 weeks, and it's basically the same time that we wait to obtain the license from the planning authorities is the time that we use to develop the project in detail. And so this is the most interesting time because it takes perhaps the biggest part of the imagination of the client, because it's the time when we have to define the project in detail, make all the in-detail plans, all the written specifications. It's like if we were to build a house from scratch. And so we have to sort of imagine the house, as how it's going to be, how it's going to look like. So this is, in a way, the fun part of the project, but it takes some time. No? It is true that in some of the cases we have worked frequently with clients from abroad, and it's also interesting because thanks to new technologies such as Skype and also even sometimes like sending physical samples to the address of the client have helped us communicate and validate all the finishings together. But it is true that it's a time which we have to develop the project in every single aspect of it, no? In three dimensions, if you like. And of course, stage 4, which is the last stage, is the actual construction of the house. And so this, of course, can change from project to project, the complexity and the location, but it's somewhere often between 9 to 12 months, often. Basically what we do is to monitor the progress made and the quality control of the project on site. That is executed by a construction company that's been chosen to carry out the works. So in total, this whole process from the initial design stages through obtaining the license, choosing the finishings, and then throughout the construction, this is a process that takes somewhere between 14 to 17 months. And we are here, locally based, to go with the client through all of these stages, step by step, until we hand over the keys.